D15's inception was a result of 7 years of wanting to be in a band with John and Joe, and Kirk was already in a band with me. And
we met in middle school, stayed friends through high school, and gravitated towards each other through playing in a bunch of bands. And
Craig and I always played in one band, the twins always played in another. And, we'd always go and watch their band, they'd go and watch us.
After doing that for a while, it kind of dawned on us to play together. We were kind of the brightest elements in each of our bands, so, kind of combine the force. Man, I love the storage unit. It was a love-hate relationship. There was a lot of pain in the storage unit, physical pain, because it was very hot. We were playing in Florida and we'd sweat all over our instrument. We had to change our strings every day. Our ears were blowing up. Beer can of sweating death. I think our guitars fell apart so many times. I don't know how they're still together. I don't know how you're still together.
D15, where we officially formed, gave us the freedom to work whenever, however, as intensely as we wanted to.
Heaven. Allowed us to do what we wanted to, whenever, however we wanted to do it. It was in the ghetto, for lack of a better word. It was really, filled with ghetto ongoings and
dealers, gambling rings, drug runners, everything.
And as much of a kind of dreary place it is for most driving down the street, it was our safe haven and our tool, our vessel to create the music of D15 early on.
The first show we did at Boomers was awesome because we'd had a fan base that would come by our storage unit all the time, every single night we played, and there was hundreds of kids there. So we finally had an actual stage to play for these kids on, so it blew up. Everyone lost their minds and went insane. We won the Battle of the Bands, just completely annihilated everybody else.
One Battle of the Bands we actually ran the sound for and set the whole stage up for, played that Battle of the Bands, ran over to another Battle of the Bands down the road, played that one, and won them both in the same day.
As much as we love listening to other people's music, it's always good to win. But it was a great time. Loved it.
Like a hurricane hit the brain. Somebody gonna drive me against the grain. I wish that the whole world come on down to the party inside my brain.
Turn the Safety Off, our first album, was a huge milestone in the history of this band. We released it, and we were already getting a lot of really good feedback in Florida, but when we released that, it kind of took us from that garage band that everybody liked to go hang out with and jam with and have a good time to a band that everybody really started to take seriously.
Turn the Safety Off was a total D15 thing. We wrote it, produced it, from start to finish.
It was our first time in a real professional studio. We had recorded at multiple studios around the Bay Area, but it all got mixed and mastered at Morris Sound in Tampa, Florida.
It was one of the biggest deals for us possible because we could finally had something to hand out to people. And instead of people coming to watch us, we had this awesome CD we could put in their hands, and it made us feel like professionals finally.
What was really cool about our time in Morris Sound recording was meeting Paul O'Neill and Al Petrelli from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, having them come into the studio and listen to our music as it was being mixed. Ended up liking it so much that they paid for the whole day of recording and gave us band-embroidered denim jackets.
It was amazing. And the guy, Paul, was just happy to see us playing real instruments and seeing rock and roll stay alive, and loved the fact that we were in there trudging it out, and just a guy full of heart of love, great loving guy. So the studio really shows you who you are. It's like being caught in the middle of wanting to be natural and trying to do your best job. So you have to be able to let go of some errors and say that they're you, and also be trying to achieve the best performance possible. It's a big lesson every time you go into the studio. It's a big lesson.
How we doing, Sarasota?
91,000? I don't think so.
Not enough!
10,000! That's right. The shit has barely begun. It's a nice little number we like to call a virus.
Our CD release was epic. I mean, it was everything that a band wants. You get your slot, a good slot, you get on a big show. We had Muscle Madness, and we got one of the best slots, and it plugged it on the radio. It was everything a band could have ever wanted to have for a CD release.
After Turn the Safety Off came out, we had great response. We ended up being able to play festivals.
We did Muscle Madness twice. We played the 4th of July at downtown Main Street.
We played Thunder by the Bay, which is a biker, like all kinds of bikes, and the entire thing blew up for us, and it was everything we dreamed for. It was amazing. We had an awesome response after that. People loved the album, and Sarasota is not really big, but we played the biggest shows Sarasota had to offer, and we were lucky to do it, but I mean, we're D15. I'm joking.
You know, it was only destined that we wanted to go somewhere bigger. After myself coming out here to Santa Cruz and seeing the music scene and how alive the entire scene was and how much people cared about the arts and music, I really, told the guys I think it'd be a great idea if we came out here.
We decided, we couldn't wait to get to the West Coast and really hit the music scene here. It's something that is thriving.
We're really excited to blow out our second CD here on the West Coast. We got tons of material for, we could blow out a couple records right now. We've been sitting on a lot of material, and it's awesome. We've been to a couple studios out here. We're thinking about recording it at some at home, some everywhere, but we're gonna do a West Coast CD recorded out here in the West Coast, and see how the West Coast vibes influence it, and we're really excited for that. We've always been a band that plays because it's from our heart. All the success and all of the radio play and the things that come along with it have of course made us more interested in what we do, but it's always been about the music, and that's what binds us together as men.
We started in a storage unit, playing loud, jamming out, playing what we thought sounded best, and we've come a long way, evolved into the studio we're in today. We're on top of our game, better than we've ever been before.
Our brotherhood has always been so tight, and that's part of what's always brought us together to make such good music together. That chemistry is something that's very hard to find with other individuals.
It's like family. It's more than family too, because you chose these people. They didn't just end up in your life, and you're not just working with them on anything. It's really it's personal stuff. So you all get to know each other and are doing that as a unit. It's great to actually have a story that means something, and it means something to me. I know it means something to all of us, and when I say D15, when I see D15, it gets me real again. I love my bros. I'd do anything for my bros. I'd die for my bros. We've made our own family, and that's what it's all about in life. Do it your way.
We're all numbered in letter D15. It was very fuck myself.
Our brotherhood has always been the strong fucking cocksucker.
We recorded it, mixed and mastered it, everything, right in my asshole.
We have the pictures to prove that too.
A dream come true. It was massive. It was massive. There was some drama too, but it was massive. High school was fuck high school.
I appreciate the success we had in Sarasota so much.
That's what I heard.
That's a good thing. I'm gonna excite you, pop you, and blow you. That's all I want from me in this entire thing.
Rocking the East Coast. Every band in the world's here, including us, and
This is the West Coast.
oh yeah. Rocking the East Coast. Every band with every other band.
We're on the West Coast.
Getting a gig here is like
That sounded like shit.